Hello folks, welcome back to Chrono Cross. My name is Simon, and I was just thinking as I was loading up the game there, how much fun I'm having with this playthrough. Not only because Chrono Cross is a great game, but also because it's been a while since I've done a traditional series like this on YouTube, where I record content, edit it and upload it in a playlist. It's all about the live streams nowadays, and don't get me wrong, I enjoy those as well. But just being able to go back to really where YouTube started for me as a creator, it's a great experience, and I hope you, and you know, a lot of nostalgia as well, and I hope you guys are enjoying this series as much as I am. And thank you to those of you that have been supporting me as well as a Patreon or YouTube member. You can also, if you haven't already, follow me over at Twitter at FuzzFinger01. I don't spam that place, but I do share various updates and thoughts and ramblings that I have throughout the day. Anyway, we left off here in Termina, and we've spoken to various people, and we now have access to our next vehicle to traverse the world map. And all we need to do is find the correct location here and then interact with the boat, of which we can then choose to board. At the end of the last episode, I did mention there is another another character that we can potentially recruit into our party, but it is a fair bit of work. I'm going to go and do it, okay? I'm going to give it a go and we'll see what happens. Now, fair warning to you folks, unlocking this optional character, it is a bit of a detour. We're going to have to traverse Mount Pyre again. Remember, we haven't been to this region in the homeworld yet. And we're also going to have to, once again, go through the first 4 puzzles of Fort Dragonia to light those initial obelisks. Like I say, a bit of a nuisance, but in my opinion, it is worth it. The character is a pretty cool character that we're going to get. And on top of that, there's a number of items as well we'll be able to loot along the way, including the volcano element. Now, the reason I mention that is a previous boss normally has that element available for us to trap. However, you may remember it didn't work. For some reason, I'm not sure why, Square have adjusted the remastered version of the game, it seems, so that previous aforementioned boss no longer has or casts the volcano elements. This will be our first chance to get it, although it will only be looting one of them. It's better than none. So here I am at Mount Pyre. I am going to be making fairly liberal use of turbo mode and the no encounters feature, just because we're going to be repeating a lot of content that we've already seen. So for the purposes of the video, for the sanity of you guys watching, but let's go ahead now and enter Mount Pyre East. Don't forget, in this place, we need to use the ice breath, otherwise we're going to take a lot of damage from the floor. I've already done that on this particular one, but just bear that in mind. Since I'm not going to be rushing to face enemies though, it doesn't make it too challenging even if we don't use that and end up at 1 HP. But let's put turbo mode on as well. I don't think there's any more items to loot over at the right hand side in that room, but there is an item we can grab up here. Oh dear, taking damage again. Keep forgetting about the fire floor. There we go. What have we got over here? Yep, we do have a chest, if this enemy will be kind enough to let us past. Oh, and a chest up here as well. Ah, denadrite. I'm probably mispronouncing that, but I think that's the first time we're starting to see it now, isn't it? Denadrite. Okay, and with that, we're just going to head over back to the world map and straight into Fort Dragonia. Now, I've thought long and hard about whether or not I need to show you all this again. The puzzles are exactly the same as they were before, and I've covered them already in not the last episode, but the one before that, or maybe the one before that. But I'm going to go through them anyway. I think I'm just going to rush through them, so you guys haven't got to check out a previous video. And it's just nice to have a recap whilst we play through, isn't it? They shouldn't take us that long. You remember that this is facing north. Now, there's a couple of optional items we can grab if we head south on our screen, but from my perspective, it's west, and drop down the bottom hole. There's 4 items, including the volcano element, which is the really important one, I mentioned that, along with more denadrite. Oh, there we go. And some nostrum as well. I think this is the same, is it? Yep. Okay, so with the optional items grabbed, we can once again drop down the right-hand hole in order to light up the obelisk. Now, fortunately, on this. I mean, there wasn't in this one anyway. Oh, hang on, it's turned. So let me get this right. So it's facing north, north, east, south, west. I want to go west again. Yeah, there's no bosses, okay? So 2 of the puzzles previously would lead to boss encounters. But before you could light up the pillars, that's not the case anymore. So a bit of a bonus there. So first one done. You know, it doesn't take all that much time, does it, once you've got turbo mode on and what have you. So next up, we're going to head into... I don't think it really matters. Let's go up here. Again, there are some other optional items we can nab, which is why I'm just going through this again with you on camera. And the optional item for this is in that doorway. So how do we get to there? Well, we need to actually be able to access this higher bit first. There. Go away. And then move this over. I'll tell you what, sometimes turbo mode can be more trouble than it's worth for me. I end up getting stuck in all manner of places. What the heck? That should have an item. I'm really confused by that. I was doing a test of this run before I've done it on camera, and it did have an item. Now it's just got an enemy. And I did reload. It's not like I looted it and then saved and stuff like that. Nothing like that. Oh, I'm quite perplexed by that. I really am. And we don't need to move that one yet. I'll try the other door. Maybe it's random, but I don't think it is. How peculiar. It's alright. This is the room that normally has an item in it. So that normally has an enemy. Yeah, it seems to have switched round. Yeah, last time I did it, the previous room that had that enemy, that had the iceberg element. Then I reloaded my game, did it with you on camera, and they switched. So, kind of bizarre, I would say. Anyway, we need to drop this down another level. Yeah, if I remember, this is one of the rooms that does have a boss, the first visit. Now, it doesn't. So, we are whizzing through. Thanks to these quality of life toggles that Square have given us. Incidentally, the turbo mode is available on New Game Plus, even in the ordinary or the original game. But here it has been added in so that you can do it from the get-go without having to complete the game first. You'll remember the yellow obelisk is kind of annoying because we have to keep switching our party members around. But again, the chests are back, so we're going to want to loot those. So we have to go through the dialogue once more. But, you know, when we interact with this console here. And we need to see which order our party's currently in, which is head, tail, then body. Now, again, that may be a little different to you depending on your current party formation. So this may not, how I change the party formation, exactly apply to you. But head, tail, body for me so far. And what we want to do, first of all, is make it head, body, tail, which is the correct form so we can unlock the stairs, which means we need to... where are we? Head, tail, body. Yes, so we need to switch Sprig and Harley around. Now, in order to do that, we need to make one of them party leader first, because stepping on this light here will only switch the party leader and the second member around. So let's go ahead and, yep, put them there like that. Step on this. And then make Link's party leader again. Okay. And now we should have it as head, body, tail. If we interact with the console. Oh, turn off turbo mode. Turn turbo mode back on again. Right, now with head, body and tail, we should have access to the stairs. Maybe. Oh, of course, yes. Push the button, forgot about that. Yeah, it gives us access to this little pathway here. But now, this button isn't changed by your formation, so those stairs will always be down, even as we go ahead and switch our party back around again. So that's good. Let's head back. Next up, we want body, tail, and head. Body, tail, and head, which means we just need to switch them around like that so that Harley is leader for me. Yep, body, tail, head. That should give us access to our first chest. There it is. Another denadorite. Very nice. Okay, oh, I might have to use the button to change that. Tail, head, body. What are we? Body, tail, head, tail. Tail, head, body. No, that's right, that's fine. So now we'll access the console again. So just to clarify, this is tail, head, body. Should give us our next chest. If I can remember how to reach it, that is. Okay, it's on the stairs, this one. We're getting there, slowly but surely. Yeah, sometimes slowing things down actually goes faster. Thunderstorm. Very nice, very nice. And that's it for the optional items, so let's head back now. Come on, come on. Oh, slow down again. Okay, next up, the formation we want to go is tail, body, head. Can't actually remember what formation. Tail, head, body, aren't we? Tail. Okay, so we need to switch Harley and Link's around. Okay. Tail. Tail, body, head. That's right. That should be right anyway. Oh, it gets confusing, doesn't it? It really does. Sure I got that right. Yep, tail, body, head. Perfection. And with that done, we should now be able to go all the way back to the stairs. I mean, we could do that anyway, but this time we can head down the bottom bit to access the button to bring the whole middle section down. You remember how it goes, don't you guys? And then we can, of course, finish up in this little puzzle, having collected all the optional items as well, since we're here. And finally, of course, we have the green room, which is, I'm going to be honest, quite possibly my least favourite. Mainly because trying to get all the optional treasures can be a bit of a pain. So I am going to turn turbo mode off for this one, as we head straight forward here into the next room. Okay, and if we head down and under the bridge. Yep, there's a couple of items we can grab over here. Just as there was previously. A denadorite. I think I've said that about 10 different ways now, haven't I? And another nostrum. Okay. So just continue around this side. Down here there is an item. Which is another nostrum. How exciting. Okay, I think we can speed up just a touch here. Yep. So we're actually done in this bit now, aren't we? Yeah, we need to go back to the previous screen. And head over to the right-hand side this time. Can we get past this fella? Unfortunately, the pathways are a little too narrow, which is really annoying. So if he comes up here. Come on. Sometimes it feels like you're just facing a losing battle, doesn't it? When it comes to trying to get past enemies with the no encounter thing on. Right, if we head down, first of all, and around here, that chest has once again respawned that was there earlier. Oh, I missed what that was, actually. I was so fast through there. But hey, it's an item, so we're going to loot it. And then we're going to make our way over to the next area. Okay, here we have 2 exits, one at the top level, one below. We're going to take the below one first. For the item, another one of those crafting materials. And then finally over here, we can now just make our way all the way around, open the shortcut. And this is where we had a boss fight previously. But this time we just have the pillar. And the last pillar as well at that. Wonderful. So that's the 4 elements that we needed to light up. Which gives us access to the lift, which is precisely what we needed. Now, the last time we were here and we used that lift, we only used it to go up. Whereas now, we're going to... Oh, don't get stuck on this guy again, please. Go, go, go. Now we're going to use it to go down. I've also gone ahead and removed everything that can be removed from Sprig, as I'm going to be replacing her shortly once we get our new party member. One thing I completely forgot to mention, which is kind of important, you need to make sure you have the big egg item. So we got this previously from the Fossil Valley, but in the other world, or in the alternate reality, not in the home world. So as long as you've been following along, you will have this no problem. If for whatever reason you don't have the big egg, then at least you've gone ahead and solved all the puzzles here so that you can go and get the big egg, then come back and you can access the elevator straight away. But remember, you're in the home world now, which is where we need to be to get the next party member. But the big egg is found in the alternate world in the Fossil Valley. Okay, so with the big egg in tow and the other elements sorted, we can go straight to the console here, to the white element. This will lower the lift, and we are going to choose to head down. Oh, I don't believe I've done that. Yeah, down is what we want, not up. Righty-ho, then. So we'll just make our way. Okay, well, you can see we've got these chambers, I want to call them. I think they're incubators. There's only one flashing, so we're going to approach that and then select the big egg item. And then, straight away, immediate incubation. Draggy is born. Yeah, Draggy's a bit of an eccentric personality, I would say. But he's also a fun party member to have around, so... And has decent all-round stats. I mean, how could you pass up the opportunity to recruit Draggy at this point, eh? Yeah, it's been a bit of work. But well worth it, in my view. Especially because of the other items that we've been collecting as well. And as long as we select Shore there, Draggy will join us. And Draggy is going to take Sprig's place. Yeah, Draggy is innate red. Has a decent magic stat as well. Like I said, decent all-round stats, really. Oh, I like the way that Draggy sort of hovers around. I don't think I've used Draggy as party leader before. Fun stuff. Yeah, I think we can safely say we are done here. So we've grabbed the items. We've grabbed Draggy. I'm fairly happy now to say that we can move on to more, well, to more optional stuff, really. Since there's a few more things we can do. Not in Fort Dragonia, but across the world map. That we can now access in the home world thanks to the fact we have a boat. So yeah, I'll see you back outside. Yeah, so we're going to head over first of all then to Guldove. Mainly so we can visit the element shop, as there's a new supply for us. Which is actually not too bad, I've got to say. So you'll remember that Guldove is located just over here. And actually just here. Almost went past it then. Right, there is a smithy. I believe this is the smithy, if I remember correctly. But obviously, you know, we've got access already to the smithy key item that allows us to access the smithy wherever there is a save option. So, yeah, not really in any rush to visit various smithies now, which is a nice little bonus for us. So the element shop is not that one. It's located up here, isn't it? Yeah, just to confirm as well, Draggy is not really going to be like in any endgame setup that we have going on later. But for now, you know, I think it's going to be a bit of fun to have Draggy around. Right, so this is the elemental shop. So let's go ahead and browse. And as you'll see straight away, there's a whole bunch of new stuff for us here. First of all, we can buy those nostrums that we've been looting. These are a nice HP recovery consumable item. I've got 21, so I'm not going to waste gil on the... Not gil, I'm not playing Final Fantasy. Gold, I'm not going to waste it on this right now. But there are other things that we can do, such as purify. I'm just going to get 3 of these. These are obviously not consumable items now. And yeah, 99s, let's just get one. Or I'm just going to get one because these do get quite expensive. Infoscope is effectively scan. So let's get a couple of them as well. Let's go for 3. Now, I'm going to get a negate physical. It's just going to cost so much. I'm just going to go for one of those. Negate magic is actually more important because physical attacks from enemies are not particularly strong usually, whereas elemental attacks can be really nasty. So this will make even the most damaging elemental spells do 0 damage. Now, yes, you can just use the battle toggles in the Radical Dreamers edition. But, you know, sometimes you like to try and get through these fights and that without using those toggles. And this will basically mean that you can take a lot less damage through official means. So let's just get 2 of those. And let's get 3. They're just so expensive is the problem. We've got a genius already. We've got an imbecile already. We've got some of this. So that's good. Okay, we haven't got a seal all. Temporarily stops everyone's elements. I'll just go for 1. Revenge is a nice one. It's got its uses. So shifts status effects directly onto the enemy. Let's go for 2 of them. And that's all of it. So that'll leave us with just 8,000 gold. We need to make some money. That's what we need. Yeah, I could sell some elements and sell some items, but I can also just get gold from enemies, can't I? That's pretty much all I want to do here in Guldove, but that elemental shop is somewhat important. So that's why I wanted to come here first. Before the... Oh, well, I suppose second, because we did Fort Dragonia first, didn't we? Before we do some more optional content. Heading south from Guldove will lead us to a place we haven't yet visited. So it's the first time for everything. This is the Alnido Triangle. So if you just sail the boat over the little blue or the light blue circle, that will give you access to the main dungeon itself. And we can select to go in here. Yeah, lots of fish enemies it would seem. So I'm going to take care of some of these. There are 3 items we want to loot in this dungeon. There was a number of enemies actually. It took me a few minutes to get through them all on both levels. The first item is some mithril, which is just over here in the first room. And then in order to reach the second room, we need to make our way down. I'm not exactly sure how the party's breathing in this place, but I think those are questions we're not intended to ask. Okay, yep, so we'll just head all the way around here. You can see there's a second chest there, but we're going to be coming to that in a moment. Next up, there's some, I think it's some more mithril actually over here, yep. We can pretty much, you know, by this point, having looted so much mithril, craft all of the mithril stuff for several party members now, which is a nice thing. And if we head around here, the item that is most important of the 3 is a key item, a star fragment. Now, the star fragment is going to be used shortly to recruit another party member. But that's not in this dungeon. That's in the next area we're going to visit. But we did obviously need to come here first in order to get that item, which we need to take in order to get that party member in the next area. There's a rhyme and reason to it all, isn't there? Yeah, just look at us bouncing around here. There's a little dragony dog thing. Help if we went the correct way to the main ladder. And then back to the boat. Our destination is the Sky Dragon Isle, which is just over here. Okay, and there is going to be a boss fight in recruiting the upcoming party member. So one thing I've done for preparation is, of course, the usual with revives and heals and stuff. But I've also gone ahead and let me just show you this, if I may. Yep, all of that good stuff, fine. Yeah, I've given most characters, or in fact all our party members, free fall. I'm hoping that's going to help because it's black and the element of the boss is white, so it just kind of makes sense. I've also put Volcano on just because it's new, could be fun to use. Ultra Nova, we brought these previously, I told you to get some, and this is where we're going to actually be able to get this element. Now, it is a tricky one to get, but it is a really nice one to get. So if you can do so, it is well worth it. So this is Ultra Nova Trap, which I have put on to Draggy. Forgot the name then. So many characters in this game. And with that done, hopefully we should be somewhat prepared. Now, all we need to do for the time being is just make our way through the Sky Dragon Isle by progressing the various screens here. And you can see there's a treasure chest and a weird creature that just ran away from it. Like, what the heck was that thing? All we need to do with the star fragment that we've just looted is approach the treasure chest and attempt to open it. That's going to kick off a scene with this thing, which reminds me a bit of, what's that creature? The alien from Final Fantasy VIII. Pope or something, I can't think of the name, but something like that. Just very similar. And similar to that enemy in FF8, this is also sort of tied to a little bit of a side quest as well. So what we're going to do is start with our standard attacks, of course. Start boosting up our elemental levels here. We're going to try and throw the trap down as soon as possible. Now, this enemy is pretty difficult, okay? It has 2,800 HP, which in and of itself is pretty darn annoying. Let's get to level 6 with Draggy. Then we can drop Ultra Nova. And I want to try and cast Diminish as soon as possible as well. Diminish is really going to help us, along with Imbecile, to reduce the amount of damage that we're going to have to take in this fight, while still being allowed to cast our elements. So we'll do 3. We'll probably get an attack here, maybe. Nope. And let's see, who is it that's got what? I forget who I give what to. Okay, Imbecile. Yep, let's go ahead and cast that. I believe this will reduce the damage of radiation, which is going to be used in a moment by the boss. And then we'll start with our attacks with links. Hopefully I've sorted out... Yeah, here comes radiation. Our own elemental attacks in the right order. The problem with radiation is it does put anti-white on us, which is annoying due to the fact that the boss is a white element. I probably should have done the level 3 there, but not to worry. What have we got with links? Diminish. Okay, temporarily halves elemental damage. This does affect all participants, including our party, but it doesn't affect healing. So we can still heal as normal, which is nice. Next up, we can expect another standard attack from the boss. If it sticks to its pattern, which, quite frankly, it may not do. There does seem to be a bit of RNG involved in the remaster, doesn't there? But it did. Okay, we are going to need to heal up Harley, so let's get some levels here, elemental levels. Not good. Okay, that's better. Element. Everybody should have some kind of healing. Yep, heal all is better in this fight due to the fact it's green and not white. Meteorite is likely to play a part next. Just going to keep sticking to physical attacks for now so we can keep these debuffs active. At least that's the plan. Oh, that was a nice bit of damage there. 363. Okay, these debuffs we've got in effect are really helping us, I would say. Just to keep this damage reduced. Okay, let's cast Freefall now. Although it is going to do half damage, so is it really worth it? I don't think so. Lynx does such a strong amount of physical attack damage that it's almost certainly going to be the case that that's all he's going to do throughout this fight, apart from any healing that's needed. Draggy, on the other hand, might be able to have a bit of free fall action. Yeah, let's do so. At the very least, we'll be able to start filling the grid up with elements that aren't white. 112, not too shabby, not too bad at all. Harley and Lynx are just going to stick to physicals, though. Now, the way that we capture the Ultra Nova element, because I mentioned it's a little bit on the irritating side, it will only cast it when it's in critical status, and it will only cast it once it's gone through its previous attack routine. So we need to, ideally, try and get it into critical status sooner rather than later. So it's going to do... Did it do normal attack? I think it did. It's going to do Meteor Shower next, if it's done its normal attack. And then it will follow that up with a heal or a buff. Hopefully a buff. Okay, here's the Meteor Shower, and then after another attack after the heal or buff, it should cast Ultra Nova, if by that point it is in critical status. We're likely... Oh no, those debuffs are still holding strong. Okay, still not in critical status. Probably don't need a heal all just yet, actually. Let's just go for more attack here. Draggy's not the strongest at the moment in terms of physicals. Okay, it's going for the heal. 83. It's not terrible. I just want to try and get it now into the critical status. It's going to do its normal attack next. Okay, I think it's there. I think it's there. So I'm not going to do any more damage to it just yet. Let's defend. We'll get a normal attack here. After which we can probably heal. Now, because it's in critical status, it should at this point do Ultra Nova for its next move. So we'll heal up. Obviously Ultra Nova won't hurt us because we've got the trap down. So we don't want to kill it prematurely. Let's just keep defending. Yep, there it is. Right on schedule. Now, it's entirely up to you if you want to escape and go through the entire process again to get another Ultra Nova. You can do that. Or you can just keep it in this status. I think it's possible you can capture another one in the middle of the fight. I don't know. Maybe we could try that. Yeah, it does seem to be possible. I've already trapped a second in the same fight. And if we defend here, we should get a third since I've got the third trap down. Wonderful. So in one fight, I've got 3 Ultra Novas. I'm sure you will agree, not too bad at all. Let's try out our Volcano spell, shall we? I do love the animation, the way it thrusts out from the ground right into the enemy's face. Yeah, that's got to be pretty painful. Anyway, let's just stick to physical attacks, and hopefully this thing should go down now. within the next round or two. Is that enough? Nope, not quite. It repeats exactly the same attack pattern, though. I mean, most enemies and bosses do. But there doesn't seem to be any RNG involved in this one. Not in the experience I've just had, anyway. Okay, so no star level for this because it's an optional boss. But we did get 3 of those Ultra Nova elements. Now, what's going to happen is this little critter is going to run off with the key item that we looted. So we're going to need to chase it round. Which is annoying with the dialogue box that keeps popping up on the screen. Go away. Oh, come on. Oh, I thought I had it then. Have I got it yet? Brilliant. So yeah, meet Starkey, who is an alien from a faraway place in the sky, as they say. Right. Very good, another party member. And just before we go ahead and fully leave this area, there is somebody we can speak to. If we leave and then come back. This only works when, you know, you've done the boss fight and stuff. But we get a brand new frame. A very alien-looking frame. And that's all there is to do in this place for now. So with our new party member, we can get... I should have put them straight in the party. We can actually do something with them immediately. So let's go ahead and make our way over to the starting continent. With Sparky in our party, we're going to take him over into Arni Village. And if we head over to the fish on this side... Get past. Nobody bats an eyelid at our strange looking party composition, do they? Anyway. If we interact with the swordfish here, Sparky seems to take a liking to it. Indeed, there is something inside. It's a new weapon, the plasma pistol. And this thing's actually pretty strong. Now, the sad thing is Starkey doesn't have a great set of stats. But hey, any way to boost them is not going to go amiss. Starkey also learned thanks. That doesn't do anything, really. Okay, so let's go ahead and throw that onto Starkey. Yeah, a nice boost to 46 attack. I tell you what, actually, that's not absolutely terrible. But we're going to switch Sparky back out again. But I did want to get that little weapon, and you do need Sparky in the party for it. And we're nearly done with the optional areas for now. But still one more to go. So we're going to head around here, back to the Hermit's Hideaway landmass. Again, we visited this place in the alternate reality, but this is our first visit for the home world. You know, since we've gained access to the boat and stuff, it just kind of makes sense, doesn't it, to get all of these out of the way. immediately, all of these places and stuff. Okay, so into the building. And I think there's 2 items to grab. One's just over here. This is a resistance ring. And over here, finally, we have the Energizer suit. The Energizer suit will allow us to heal to full after each battle. So that's pretty nice. And resistance ring, if I remember, it helps against some status effect, time status effects later. But it's not really a problem right now. But good to get anyway. And with those optional items done, and with the characters recruited that we've got, I think we're going to take a break at this point. So I know it was an episode of optional stuff, but I think we're better off for it now. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. And I'm interested to know as well what party makeup you folks are using right now, since you don't have to copy mine by any stretch of the imagination, and I'll probably be swapping and changing as we go through the adventure anyway until we get to a good endgame setup later on. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have, don't forget to drop a like. And thank you so much again for watching, and I'll see you next time as we continue on with our Chrono Cross playthrough. Have a great day, folks.